All right. How's that? Sorry about that. I think you can hear me now. Okay, so let me start again. I'm Kathy Schmitt, the Backyard Stamper, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Loudon, New Hampshire. And tonight I'm going to give you a twofer that is a fun fold and a gift card holder in one. So it's a twofer. So let me flip the camera down and we'll get started. Okay, so we are going to be using this awesome set called Birthday Celebration, and that is in the January to April 2025 mini catalog by Stampin' Up! And it comes in a suite, and the name of the suite is Wildflower Birthday. And we're going to be using the designer series paper that is in this suite. Let me show you what it looks like from the book so you get an idea of the whole suite. This suite has got some really great samples too. So here is the suite collection, and if you wanted everything on this page, you would just have to put in one item number right here. So you can get this all as a suite, or you can get it a la carte and get certain things in it. So it comes with the suite comes with the stamp set, the dies, and these numbers are fantastic, and a really nice pocket too. It's the size, you can see the size right there, Happy Cake Day. And some party dots, some gold open weave trim, and the designer series paper called Wildflower Birthday. And this designer paper has got some fabulous patterns to it. It's got the two sheets that are the vignettes, so you would cut those out, and they're ready to go pieces for your projects. And it does have the backside, so if you weren't interested in doing that, you could use the backside. It's got this gold foiling all throughout, and I love this. It looks like the frosting on a cake with the little ruffles. And some leaves on the back, some more flowers, and you can see the gold shimmering, and some pink gingham. Pretty in pink, soft seafoam, and gold. All right, let's get to the project. Let me move my supplies out of the way. All right, so we're going to start with one piece of soft seafoam, 8.5 by 11, and I am going to do my scoring first and then my cutting, and I will have everything scored for 2 cards. So I'm going to make my first score at 5.5, and then I'm going to score at 2 inches. So I'm going to turn it around and do 2 inches here. So I have 5.5 and a 2-inch score. You'll see it in a minute. On this, with the trimmer scoring, it's very light compared to the scoreboard. We're going to cut that right down the middle at 4 1/4, and I will save this other one for another project. Okay, so we're going to take our bone folder and go ahead and burnish it on the score lines. Okay, and next we're going to use, I have my supply bin right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our pocket here for our gift card holder. So what I want to do is I've got this is 2 inches by 4 1/4. So this is 1 3/4 by 4. And I'm going to place it there. And what I'm actually going to do is scoot it all the way to the bottom, hold it in place, and give it a punch. With any circle punch that you have, that will, you just need a little thumb hole divot. So I'm just lining up my edges and eyeballing side to side and punch out. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my adhesive and tape that down. And now when you back it up, to give yourself your margin all the way around, the thumb hole works out pretty nicely. So that's a little tip on how to get that curve the way you need it. And then we're going to use some tear and tape right here on the inside flaps. So we got a piece there and there. And that's all the tape we need on that little flap. Burnish the edges. It will help it release easy. And we're going to go ahead and lift the backing off. And we'll close that down. So our gift card holder is ready to go. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we need to work on this flap here. So the card's going to shut like this, but I need to attach my flap that's going to go here. So I've got another piece of soft seafoam, and this measures 5 1/2 by 3, and I scored it at 4 1/4. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and burnish that down real nicely. And I am going to butt that right up to the edge here, like so. And I want to use my liquid glue for that so that I get a really good bond. Oh, these stinking bottles. I had this problem last week. Hold on a minute. I've got some right here, and I had these little bottles upside down to try to help them. There we go. There we go. Okay. So I'm only using glue there. The rest of the project can use tape. I just want to make sure I get a really good bond, and I also want to be able to wiggle it if I need to get it right up to the top. So I'm sliding that down a little like the liquid glue lets me. I'm using my fingers here to make sure the top is flush. And that's it. Okay. So now that while that's drying, let's do our inside piece here. So we need to do this piece. And I took a 1/4 sheet. This is 5 1/4 by 4. It's a 1/4 sheet with the 1/4 inch cut off. And I have a piece of this gingham, and this is 4 by 2 5/8. And that's going to attach like that, but I don't want to attach it till I've stamped so that I have that opportunity to do the flip if I need to. And what I'm going to do is, let me just grab a scrap here, test my stamp. Okay. And I am going to put that right like that. There. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I'm going to just set that ink pad aside for a moment. And let's go ahead and tape that down. It's sad to cover up that foil with the flowers, but I love this pink gingham. So, all right, so we're going to make that match. And I always match the top up first because that's my stamping is the closest there. And if I have to do any trim, then I would just trim it off the bottom. But that came out pretty good. So now I'm going to go ahead and attach that right inside my card using the standard matting layer. And I'm going to just be sure I have some tape. And I'm going to leave the same amount of border all the way around, like so. See how this is going to work? Hi, Janet. Nice to see you tonight. Okay, let's decorate this part right here. And I don't know if those flowers have an up and or down, but I was putting like the pink on the top, the pink dot on the top. I don't know if that's the right or not, but it looks good. So there's that piece. So now my inside of my card is all set. So now let's work on the outside. So we'll turn this over. I need to make I need to do my matting here, so let me grab this piece, and this is 2 3/4 by 4, and that is going to go on top of a piece of gold cardstock, or gold foil, I mean, that measures 4 by 3. And I know I could punch out the center here with a big rectangle or die cut something. I'm not going to worry about that right now, but if you want to maximize the use of your papers, that would be a good tip to do. So this is going to have a little wider on the side and the same and narrow at the top and bottom. So let's go ahead and put that down. Hello, Cindy from Chile, Montana. Woo! Yes, I was outside shoveling again today. We had another snowstorm. Oh, let me get that right at the top there. Like so. There. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and attach this down. And it's going to go just like so. Okay, so now it's coming together. I just need to do this flap, and let's set that aside while I get my stuff out to do my stamping. This is a piece that is 4 by 2 3/4. So a lot of 2 3/4 by 4. 4 is the measurement on all these pieces. Sometimes it's a little narrower, sometimes it's a little wider, but they're all 4 inches. And so let me get my scrap paper out again, and I'm going to use my blueberry bushel again, right here, and stamp Make a Wish. On the right side, a little lower than center, just like that. It's a little crooked. Let me see if I can do a better job. And we'll take the best of both worlds. All right, how about that? That looks much better. Okay, and then I'm using some of these ephemera pieces. And let me just show you what those look like. So 2 sheets in this designer paper pack are pieces that are die cut with gold foiling, and you get all sorts of different ones. Some balloons, some flower bouquets, tassels, cake. more flowers, cake, and cupcakes, and leaves, and here's a cake slice with the candle. All sorts of really beautiful, and these bigger ones, they take up a whole card front, so you don't really have to add much more than a doodad with your sentiment on it. So let me try to put these back in the bag. I don't know why I'm struggling, but they all kind of stick together. All right, so I have that. I don't want to bend them either because I'm rushing. All right, so I'm going to put my little cupcake here, and I've got a little flower here somewhere. Somewhere I had a little flower. Here it is. Okay. And so I'm going to put that on dimensionals. And let's see here. I set my dimensionals down and then I set something else on top of them. So I'm going to go ahead and use some of these end strips from the skinny dimensionals. I want to get a skinny one for the candle part right there. And then we can use a big piece here, and we'll use this smaller piece right there. So I've got that all ready to go. Ah, come on. All right, and we're going to just kind of put that where it looks nice. Like so, and we need our flower, and our flower is going to just come next to it, and so part of it's going to be on the cupcake, so I just need a small dimensional next to the cupcake. So I took one of these little pieces and cut it in half, and I'm going to do one there and one here, like so. And let me lift that off with my take your pick. There we go. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive on the top of my flower. Roll that under what I went over. There you go. And set your flower down, and you got a little decoration on your cupcake. So that's what it looks like so far. And now I need my banner. And so all I did for the banner was I took soft seafoam and a scrap of white. And I've got my banner all loaded on my block. Let me grab my scrap paper. And cut or stamp some banners. And then I fussy cut it out. And you know, you think, oh my gosh, that must be hard, but it's really not. To just, the tip here is do your flags first, not up at the top, so that you have something to hold on to. So you get the idea. This will go really fast. Fussy cut it out. Okay. And I have one already done, so you don't have to watch me cut. So there's my little banner. And that's going to go just like that. So we're ready to put this piece on my front right here. So like so. And then I'm going to pop up my flag here, but only the center four. I'm going to not do the two end ones, and I'll show you why. So I just need to cut these down again. 2, 3, 4. The small dimensionals have quite a big, these are actually even too big. They have a bigger edge than the regular dimensionals do. So I'm just going to cut those in half as well. Oops, don't put it on the end one I said. I might have cut them a little too small. Okay, and this one can go there, this one here, and one more right there. Okay, so I've got my flags there. Let me just take the ends off, the backing I mean. You can just knock them off kind of. Okay, so I got the backings off. And then I'm going to come in with my glue, and I'm going to add a little bit of glue on this end one, and I'll show you why. So on my original, see I have the gems holding down the end of the pennant. So if you don't glue that, the gem isn't really big enough to kind of hold it by itself. So you need to give it a little bit of help. So my inside's popped up and my outside is laying flat, and this is almost done. So here's my gift card, my flip flap, and then I need my gems, and I'm using the low profile dots because you know I love these things, and they happen to have a gold side, so it's perfect for tonight's project. So I'm going to put some, let's see here, I'm going to do a big and a little up here, and I'll do a small down here, and then I'm going to use two smalls. I'm going to put one up there and give it a push down just to make sure it's adhered, and one on that side, and it gives the illusion that they're holding the pennant in place. So that is my twofer card tonight. It's a fun fold gift card holder, and oh, I love Blueberry Bushel. I think that was one of my favorite colors because I really liked Brilliant Blue from the old days, and when that went away they didn't really have a bright blue like that until Blueberry Bushel came along. So that's that, and then let me just remind you that it's still celebration time, and it goes till the end of February, and they just added some new product to the selection. So you have the selections that are in this book, and you can also select from these choices that they added. And it's also a really great time to join my team. During celebration, they have a starter special so that you get, in addition to your $125 of product that you pick out for only $99, you're going to get 2 sets of Stampin' Right markers, and you get your choice of the brights, the regals, the subtles, or the neutrals, and you get an exclusive stamp set as well. And then that's option 1. Option 2 is if you didn't want these, or you already had the Stampin' Right markers, you can get $155 worth of products of your choice for only $99. So I'd be happy to answer any questions about that. So just reach out to me, backyardstamper@gmail.com, and be sure to visit my website, backyardstamper.com. I will have a free printable with the measurements and the supplies that I used to make this card tonight. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you give this fun fold twofer gift card holder a try. I'll see you next week, and be sure to give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and share if you can. It will help me grow my channel. So take care, everyone.